Everyone tells you to write a business plan. Well, today I want you to listen to my guests because they've got some tips and ideas on how you might save some time and money in terms of writing that business plan. I have with us Greg Wise, who's from the University of Wisconsin. He's a community development specialist in the Center for Economic and Community Development. Welcome, Greg.
Hey, thanks for having me, Connie.
Not a problem. I'm glad you're here. Greg, as you think about this whole concept of feasibility studies, and what makes that so important?
Well, it seems to me that a lot of people are interested in developing all of the elements of the business plan down to the T, and boy, we advocate that, but we think there's some preliminary or first start areas. So we've got an idea that business feasibility ought to be about two things first.
Okay.
Personal business and family feasibility and market feasibility. On the personal feasibility side, it's really as simple as this. Look in a mirror and ask yourself, is this the right time to start a business? Is this good for me and for my family? Is this the right time given all the things in our lives? And our point isn't to scare people off. It's not to turn people away from the idea of being entrepreneurs. It's just to make sure that they take that step with their eyes wide open.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit more about the approach that you use?
Sure. We've developed a manual that we work with entrepreneurs, ag entrepreneurs, to develop their own ideas of business feasibility, and we use two case studies. We found that over time, people aren't always that anxious to show their own inside scoop, to share all the bumps and warts and bruises and the like, but they really do like the idea that they can live their life through Gina and Al. And these are two cases where we'll have couples in our sessions in our room, and she's doing this to him because they really are seeing themselves in Gina and Al. And he's saying, hey, I told you so. They're really good techniques. Again, focused on two areas. One, are you all ready to start that business together? And two, if you do think that you are, is there a market that will provide you a profitable enterprise? Those are really the keys. And beyond that, you might be ready to write that big business plan. That might be the time then.
Okay. So typically, where do you start with a business owner or a potential business owner in terms of this process?
Well, it's really a matter of if you're going to do it in a workshop fashion, we would invite anyone at any stage of a business idea to come in and to take that course, to take that workshop, to sit down with us and with some others and explore this idea together. But it could be that we've got people that come into the office and they need some one-on-one time, and we would do that then. But I wouldn't say that there's a right and wrong point at which to engage with us in this conversation. If you're just dreaming about an idea, that's a good time. If you're partway down the road and you think you've got a pretty strong idea and you're ready to launch it, that's a good time. I think any time that you want to take a good look at the prospects of your idea and determine whether or not now is a good time to launch it and whether or not you're going to be profitable doing that, that's the time that we want to work with people.
Okay, very good. Well, it really is a thought process for those small business owners to think about their own personal situation, where they're at, and where they want their business idea to go. So doing that feasibility study and thinking about that idea is extremely critical. So I appreciate that, Greg. Thank you.
Thanks, Connie.
So take the time, study, plan, think about whether or not your idea can be feasible where you're located or somewhere on the World Wide Web. This has been Connie Hancock, Extension Educator with the University of Nebraska.